If you sell anything online, you already know how one simple product video turns into a script, a shoot, a designer, an editor in a week you didn't have. Buzzy Canvas pulls that entire chain into one visual workspace. And in this video, I'm building a full product ad from a single line of text so you can watch every step happen live. Buzzy is also going to be one of the first platforms where you can try Seedance 2.5 with special launch discounts, so stick around for that too. So this is Buzzy Canvas, and let me tell you what this actually is, because this might be the best AI video generator for product ads I've come across. You give it a simple idea and it turns that into a complete finished product ad, all inside one visual workspace. And that word workspace matters because Buzzy isn't a one-click black box, it's a canvas. You actually watch your ad get built piece by piece. The script, the characters, the scene, the lighting, the storyboard, all laid out visually in front of you. So you keep full creative control the whole way. This is a genuine live session, so there's nothing pre-baked here. So let's build a real ad from scratch. So this is where it all starts, right? And it could not be simpler. I pick the kind of ad I'm making, and then I just describe what I want in plain English. So right here in the prompt, there's no complicated setup, there's no brief, there's no jargon. I'm basically telling it my idea like I tell a person, and then I let it generate. So keep your eye on the workspace because we're about to watch a simple prompt turn into a full production. And look at what's come back, right? That didn't just give me a caption or a rough idea. It's built out a full structured script, right? Laid out right here on the canvas. So this is proper production direction, the shots, the flow, the whole shape of the ad, right? Not just a few words. So this is where the control comes in. Rather than just forcing me to accept whatever it generated, Buzzy lets me shape things, tuning how this ad's going to look and feel before I commit to anything. And that's the difference between an AI toy and an actual production tool. A toy hands you one output and wishes you luck. Buzzy treats that first generation as a starting point you refine, so the final ad genuinely matches your brand rather than looking like everyone else's. And this is worth stressing for anyone running a store. This is the stage where you'd normally be briefing a scriptwriter and a director. So two roles, days of back and forth before a single frame exists. Here, it's happening in front of you in seconds, and you're the one steering it. Now we bring in our presenter, the face of the ad. This is the person who's going to front the whole thing. And because it's built around exactly what I want, they come out fitting the product and the vibe rather than some random stock looking model. And then alongside the character, we've got reference imagery, right? So our presenter from multiple angles in the scene, the environment, the product's going to live in. And here's why this step really matters. This references the anchor. So no one stopped the presenter's face, the background from drifting and changing between shots. That consistency is exactly what separates a professional ad from an obviously AI mess. And Buzzy locks it in early. Now, this next part is genuinely one of my favorite features because this is where you direct the feel of the ad. Buzzy lets me see multiple lighting options for the same scene, side by side, right here on the canvas. So instead of committing blind, I can get to see my product under different lighting all at once and compare them directly, right? So I think about what that would cost you in the real world. Lighting is one of the most expensive, most time consuming parts of any actual shoot. You need a set, a crew, hours of setup just to test a couple of looks. Here, I'm comparing several in seconds for nothing, right? And it's not just lighting. The same goes for camera angles, different variations, lined up next to each other, so I can literally see which one sells my product best. And you can talk through which you'd lean towards and why this angle makes a product the hero your eye goes straight to it, right? So that's the kind of decision that normally needs a director on set, and it's happening right here in the workspace before anything's locked in. And that's a real power of doing it this way. You'll find, everything, the light, the angle, the mood, before you generate the finished ad. So there's no expensive reshoots. No, I wish I did that differently. You settle on the look you actually want first. Boom. You can see image two, a lot brighter. Whereas image one was obviously a bit more, it was darker, but this has got a bit better product imagery. So again, you can go back into the lighting, put it up in the right, and then increase the brightness on that, and then we'll just generate, right? So then it's going to pop up with an image three for us. Bang, you can see a lot brighter. It's actually way more natural. You can just see the difference with it. So once you click on your scene, you've got multi-angle, lighting again. So into the multi-angle, right? You've got your custom, you've got your fisheye view, tilt view, high angle front. And you can obviously customize these as well. But we're going to click into the fisheye view and we're going to generate, right? Got the right angle for it. So let's see what it pulls out for us. Then you've got the tilted view, right? will generate that. So you can see you got image 4 and 5 as well now. And then you can look in at 9 grid, right? So you've got multi-camera 9 grid, 4K. We're going to click that. So multi-camera 9 grid, 4K, hit generate. And you can just see how this storyboard's playing out. Obviously, you've got another prompt that you can put in there. So you can describe the imagination in your mind and use that to obviously reference or upload. Right? And you can just see how it's put basically all the images that we've used already into a nice little 9 grid, keeps it nice, compact and clean. Now you can see zoom into the environment on the first frame, and then character scenes are already in reference, right? So generate the storyboard script. So this is a big part. So now Buzzy takes everything we shaped, the script, the character, the scene, the lighting, the angles, and it will start assembling it into an actual storyboard. So this is a moment all those separate decisions come together into one coherent act. And this storyboard view is something I really like because you can see the shots of your ad laid out together like a comic strip before it moves, right? You instantly get the flow, the pacing, the story your ad is telling, right? And here's a control that really matters. If there's a single frame I'm not happy with, I don't have to redo the whole thing. I can adjust that part and let it re-render while everything else stays exactly as it was. That's precision editing, not start from scratch. And this is what people don't realize about tools at this level. It's not magic button and pray. Every stage is a decision point. You're constantly nudging, swapping, refining, which is exactly why the output ends up looking intentional rather than accidental. So think about how many separate specialists this is quietly replacing as it works. Script writer for the opening, a model or actor for the presenter, a set designer for the scene, lighting tech, camera operator, storyboard artist. Every one of those is being handled right here on this one canvas by one person, you. And the beauty of it all being in one workspace is nothing gets lost in a handoff. The thing that planned the ad is the same thing building it. So notice how everything stays consistent as the shots come together. The same face, the same product, shot after shot. That continuity is the hardest thing to get right with AI, and it's built in, right? And once you've got this workflow down, it's not a one-off. It's a repeatable system for turning any product you sell into a finished ad. So there's no shoot, no crew, at a fraction of the cost. And now the big moment, right? Everything comes to life as a finished video. And here's something worth stopping on. This is running on the 2.5 model, right? And Buzzy is amongst the very first platforms where you can actually get your hand on it with special launch discounts on right now. So you're using genuinely cutting edge video generation here, and watch the difference it makes to the final output. This is our storyboard becoming a real moving ad. And even now, you're not stuck with it, right? Because Buzzy gives you editing options to make those final tweaks before you export. You can trim it, adjust it, get it exactly right. And then it's ready to download, finished, ready to post. That's the whole thing done. And it never left the single platform. So let's take a breath and look at what just happened, right? We started with one simple idea and we ended with a fully finished professional product ad, script, presenter, scene, lighting, storyboard, and final video, all built live, all in one workspace. That's the entire production chain. The writer, the director, the editor, the studio collapsed into one tool and a few minutes of work. And it's not just product ads either. Buzzy's got ready-made canvas templates for all sorts. UGC videos, branding videos, even cinematic AI stories. So whatever kind of content your brand needs, it's the same simple workflow you just watched every time. If you're tired of stitching 5 different tools together just to ship one product video, use the affiliate link in the description and build your first Canvas project today. Get in early while the Seedance 2.5 launch discounts are still live.